Out at wide receiver. He's not playing today. Here's that toss ahead to Bowers. He's been so good with this play the last.
The ball so many different ways.
Bennett across the.
Well, they talked about, Christopher Smith a couple of weeks ago. He's full speed all the time in practice. The level of effort is outstanding in preparation.
2nd and 10. There's Bowers coming closer to the line, blocking in front. And McIntosh doesn't get much.
A great job of bottling up the run game for Ole Miss last week. You see McIntosh a little hesitant there as he approached the line of scrimmage.
Where does Stetson look to move the chains? Surveys the fields, got time, and he's got wide open Rosemy Jack Saint, who's down near the 30-yard
line. Linebacker level watch. So you see both inside linebackers, and they end up baiting up Anthony Orji, biting on the underneath route for Brock Bowers.
Here from Pompano Beach, who's had battled so many injuries in his career. Stetson hands it off to McIntosh, gets around the edge, inside.
McIntosh able to get outside. Mahoney able to get that tackle right there near the sideline, but not before a big gain on that first.
Stench McIntosh goes out. Dejon Edwards, who was so good in the red zone last week against Auburn, he's standing next to Bennett. Stetson on a design quarterback keeper. Look at how shifty he is. 1st down, Georgia.
Multiple times.
He turned on the Jets on that touchdown run last week. Georgia's been hit or miss in the red zone depending on the game. Here they are again inside the 15, and Edwards fights his way down to the 10.
Execution there in those 3 ball games.
It's Edwards, and he's stopped in the backfield for a loss. Devin Lee read that perfectly for Vandy.
Great job fighting off the backside block of Broderick Jones. Just gets right across the plate earlier. They've got some guys that are not only stout at the line of scrimmage, but do a good job getting upfield.
The sophomore from this state, Dunna, Georgia. This is the 10th play of the drive for Bennett at the 11. It's McIntosh going to the top of your screen. That's where Bennett will throw it. McIntosh makes a move. Touchdown, Georgia.
And Darnell Washington hasn't eligible to that side. You can see Anthony Orji late triggering out there, easy to cut back against that over pursuit. He's trying to compensate. You see Orji there, number 0, DeRicky Wright can't get there in time. Side of the formation with just that one eligible receiver in Washington attached at the end of the line of scrimmage.
A.J. Swan, who's from 2 hours west of here in White, Georgia, hands it off to Ray Davis, who's had a terrific year at tailback. He gets 1.
First road start versus Alabama.
Fakes to Davis across the middle. He throws a dart for a 1st down to Bresnahan, the senior from Cummings.
They stumped the 1st down run. They come right back, stab a slant in there to Bresnahan off the RPO. Is that element of their offense.
Vandy's got 3 receivers to the top, but instead Swan goes to the bottom and Shepard gets drilled at the
top 10 team that they will have faced, and also a top 25 in Wake Forest.
Swan looks around and he finds an open receiver with a flag coming in late, especially since Swan has taken over at quarterback. He hands to Davis, and Davis gets up to the 27 where Zion Logue makes the tackle. Georgia again is playing without. Clark Lee said we can't beat ourselves. Already 2 big penalties on their first offensive possession. 3 penalties for 45 yards, and Davis just wants to give punter Matthew Hayball some room.
Mississippi State or Ole Miss as well.
Ole Miss and Mississippi State play Alabama coming up. So all this is about to get decided on who will get back to Atlanta. Bennett roaming in the pocket, and a nice ball to Dylan Bell, the true freshman, and he gets loose. They miss the tackle, and Bell's still free, and he's gone. Footwear here?
Somebody didn't slow him down though. He kind of double clutches the catch, secures it. Is he down anywhere? I don't know. That right elbow. Was that right elbow down by Dylan Bell? We did not hear a whistle. His forearm there. Regardless, a 1st down near midfield for the Georgia offense.
4 completions to 4 different receivers for Bennett so far. And a handoff to Branson Robinson. Robinson doesn't get anything.
A heck of a game early on. So you see the two pullers. Branson a little bit indecisive there. Hit it up in there and follow your pulling right tackle, Warren McClendon.
2nd and 9.
For C.J. Taylor in this game.
A hush has fallen over Athens suddenly on the 2nd and 9. And there's Brock Bowers, who makes a catch for a couple as Kane Patterson.
You know, Brock Bowers, you line him up at tailback. Guy played tailback in high school. He'd be a really good tailback, maybe one of our best tailbacks.
3rd and 8 for Bennett. They're already 2 of 2 on this down. And the pass goes to Dylan Bell, and Bell is short to Ricky Wright, who had in Athens as Vanderbilt trails Georgia 7-0. Here with 4:46 to go in the first quarter. A.J. Swan, 4th straight start for Vanderbilt after Mike Wright started the first few games. He hasn't turned the ball over yet as the starting quarterback, and hands to Ray Davis after Jamon Dumas Johnson.
But the quarterback.
And it's Davis again. Can't get the edge. Look at that closing speed by Christopher Smith.
Yes. Ray Davis trying to get wide, nowhere to cut it up inside. Christopher Smith, and if he doesn't get him, it's probably Ryan Davis in pursuit. But watch 29 shoot in there. Veteran in the back end.
3rd and 11. Swan, one-on-one ball, and it's Shepard dropped it.
His jump is kind of reminiscent of what you saw in the title game last year. He jumped too early, stopped running. And Will Shepard drops what would surely have been not only explosive play, but a chance to
get Tennessee back on top. Keeping our eye on that one, and what's happening with the Braves and Phillies. Braves need some runs right now. Stetson Bennett wants another touchdown right now. Looks down the field, throws a bullet to Rosemy Jackson. 22-yard pickup as Georgia goes quick. Now it's McConkey. And Ladd gets down to the 19-yard line where Orji makes the tackle.
But he certainly emerged on a couple of passing plays.
2nd and call it 4, and that's a back shoulder ball. Somehow Bowers made
for his man to make the catch.
1st and goal. McIntosh takes it straight up the gut, and another touchdown for Kenny.
Pull the backside guard and tackle.
Georgia is now wearing number 44.
Huge hole, strong finish, big Warren McClendon with the.
They said that makes this Georgia defense tick. They haven't gotten enough in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So this Georgia defense, guys, pretty hungry to force the ball out today.
They've been great so far getting off of the field. There's a ball forced to
contending potentially for playoff spots. Locking horns all across the college football landscape.
Swan on 1st and 10 turns and hands to Patrick Smith. And Smith won't get much as Ryan Davis.
That's also a fair observation.
Air raid offense. Ray Davis comes back in on 2nd and 10. Davis pitches it back. And it is McGowan that gets past. McGowan can run it, not only catch it.
I mean, they're really lucky that Warren Brinson didn't take this handoff. Either one of 2 potential handoffs. Got upfield rather quickly. Did you see they pick up positive yards amongst a bunch of Georgia defenders?
Swan off his back foot, and he's lucky that didn't get picked by. Last 3 weeks they've struggled in that first frame, not today, against Vanderbilt. Here they have the football first to start the second, and Dejon Edwards gets free for a 1st down run.
We're tight ends. Lightens up the box, evens up the numbers for run blocking.
Branson Robinson comes in as Edwards goes out, and Branson makes a
time in the run game. As good pass catchers as they are, they're weapons as rushers as well.
On a second down pass, it's a first down completion to Dylan Bell.
His assignments with some of these perimeter runs as well.
It was Edwards on the first play. Robinson came in, and now it's McIntosh. It's play action. And Bennett dumps it off to Kinney. Staying on his feet past midfield.
McIntosh, just such an excellent receiver. You see that, as you mentioned, to check it down, get it to him in space, make some guys miss. Great job. Worship came up. It's 10 straight completions for Stetson Bennett now.
He is feeling it. 11 in a row as McConkey makes the grab. Ajon Edwards comes in. Bennett fakes it to him, throws off the back foot. He's got a wide open receiver.
Comes over, they run heavy play action, and Georgia lucky they don't get a holding call. Looked like he tugged Elijah McAllister pretty obviously. Field.
25-yard completion to the junior from Marietta. Dogs are back in the red zone again. Edwards doesn't really have anywhere to go and gets ahead to the 15-yard line. Still made something out.
Always picks up yards after contact.
They'll try it again. And Dejon Banks.
This is like a 5-car pileup. You're handing it off, sweeping it into the boundary. You're pulling an offensive lineman up there. It's just
McIntosh comes back in on a 3rd and 4. Kenny has no place to go. Somehow escapes the pressure and gets in.
Because he got no help up front. Look at this, you got a free runner right there. You just come off. That's confusion at left guard and center. And Devin Lee just...
Mass substitutions. Georgia 5 for 5 on 4th. It's Dejon Edwards, 1st and goal, Georgia. But a flag does come in at the end. Edwards stays upright until he gets to the 1.
Edwards carries.
Malik Langham kept him out of the end zone.
Line of scrimmage. Is Georgia quick over the ball?
See if they try it again. They do. And it's a touchdown.
Georgia's now wearing 44.
See Edwards, nice patience. We didn't get over that goal line by much, it didn't look like.
Tennessee up 2 touchdowns. Not even at the end of the first quarter.
How about Hendon Hooker off to a scorching start. 6 of 7, 97 yards already. That guy is unconscious so far this season.
See if Vanderbilt can get going on offense. A.J. Swan dumps it off to Davis, and he gets free into Georgia territory.
Really good receiver. Fake it downhill to Patrick Smith and just dump it out to Ray Davis. Let him do the rest. Pick up a block out there on the edge.
Just a reminder, Vanderbilt only has 2 running backs here in Athens. Patrick Smith has come in to spell Davis, and that's it. Swan, deep ball, and he misses.
And both receivers were open. So you got McGowan, and it's really Beal that's in coverage right there. Certainly not an ideal matchup for Vanderbilt. It's the perfect matchup, and Swan just over of an A.J. Swan downfield pass.
2nd and 10, it's Davis. And he plows Ed to the 45. Stench, Rocco Griffin left the team. Stop playing
here to try to get their first 3rd down.
And both of them are on the field on this play on 3rd and 8, Davis and Smith. Swan has time, loads up, and it's caught.
The guy is so dangerous. Great pickup on Ryan Davis. That's textbook. Great job. Gives him just enough time, and Will Shepard, that ball was placed right where it needs to be, 50-50.
And here is Mike Wright into the game. And Wright doesn't get much as Swan goes off the field.
Conversion on 3rd down, and Mike Wright comes in. Danger that he brings.
Swan back in on 2nd and 10. It's Davis. Actually a fake to Davis.
Field.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Georgia.
See if this ball comes out. before McGowan goes down. It certainly looked like the ball was already laying on the turf. Yeah.
No question.
Tyke Smith coming in there. That ball pops right out. The ball handler.
Not the recipe you want if you're Clark Lee. His Dogs are back on offense, and Bennett finds a wide open Darnell Washington. Look at Darnell Washington roll down the sideline. Big up.
Is Georgia playing with a youth-sized football? Watch Darnell Washington just go up and just stab this ball. Doesn't even bother with his left hand. Never even had to secure it with his left hand. Just reached up.
Either it's a youth football or he's bigger than all the other players.
Could be that.
Bennett has a menu of options with plenty of time. He'll be flushed out, keep it himself, and run into Vanderbilt territory down near. It's against Auburn.
A smart play, right? So look, you fake like you're going to spit it out there to McIntosh. The idea is to see if you could get that secondary to trigger upfield. Didn't like what he had downfield, so just had
in next to Bennett. And here he is, plowing forward to the 43-yard line.
To Lad McConkey. Quick play fake. Not even sure that Stetson Bennett has time to get the laces on these throws. He catches it. He's on a play fake almost immediately, and McConkey able to.
21 more. The sophomore. Bennett pumps, throws, end zone, over Bauer's head.
Balls.
He had completed 14 in a row before that last play. Now he takes off again.
They got in that thing.
You sound jealous. McIntosh stands next to Bennett. Stetson, plenty of time. And another catch made by Bell. Down to the 10.
Side of the offensive line.
They'll run it. And it's Robinson down to the 6.
Maybe more efficient on a short field.
Perfect 3 of 3 so far today, trying to make it 4 of 4. And it is going to be a loss of 3 as Bowers sending a text to Bobo as we speak. Bennett, good ball, and it's another stitch. I think people aren't shocked to see this score that we're watching here, but Bama down 28-10 to Tennessee currently.
Special teams gaffes versus an offense that is explosive as Tennessee and continues to be. Georgia trying to hang on to some clock before we get to half.
We'll take a timeout with them than they won last year. The Dogs are firing on all cylinders. 3rd and 12 for Vanderbilt. And it's an underneath pass that's caught by Shepard, breaks tackles, and gets the first. (20-17). And again, it's Shepard. Gets down to the 43-yard line, and where Everett makes the tackle. And down to Shepard. Swan dumps it off. It's Smith. Scoring points. Just 10 seconds left though for Swan. He pumps and he throws it to the bench. Nolan Smith, 20-yard pickup.
We talked about Shepard with the drop earlier this half. Big completion there. Georgia took the timeout expecting to get the ball back.
And a quick ball this time goes to Quincy Skinner into Georgia territory. Another after leading the game 20-17. And again, it's Shepard. Gets down to the 43-yard line, and where Everett makes the tackle. And now Vanderbilt, again, they get it first in the second frame. Mississippi State and Kentucky after us tonight at 7:30 Eastern in Lexington. Swan drifts back again, trying to get it down to Shepard. Swan dumps it off. It's Smith. He stays upright, gets the first down, and gets out of bounds with 10 seconds left, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. Been perfect in the red zone, scoring points. Just 10 seconds left, though, for Swan. He pumps, and he throws it to the bench. Nolan Smith got the hit.
Really the first time that Georgia's
third straight week they played a top 10 opponent. That's never happened in the history of Vanderbilt football before this week. Number 2 Alabama 2 games ago. Number 9 Ole Miss last week. A.J. Swan slings it deep. Incomplete. Kamarian Carter
versus the Georgia defense.
See if Swan can get something going on this drive. It's a 2nd and 10. Another incompletion as Davis couldn't get his left hand on it. Swan, and he miscommunicates with Will Shepard. It's
coverage, had a bunch to the left. Shepard ended up coming back. Swan was expecting him to extend downfield. Just 2 different teams, periods.
As animated as ever, that's for sure.
Yes.
Stetson Bennett was sensational in that first half. He hands it to Kenny McIntosh, who had a touchdown receiving and rushing. He gets up to the 30 for 7 yards.
Wide receivers. He's completed 14 straight pass attempts.
On 2nd and 3, good job of avoiding the pressure by McIntosh. He gets the first down, Alyssa.
You guys were talking about how we're in week 7 and the guys can see that coming to fruition. They're buying in even more.
Stetson was talking about that too. As this ball is deflected, good job by C.J. Taylor getting his hand in the...
No question. And he talked about the urgency that they had. C.J. Taylor, great job getting a hand on this football.
On 2nd and 10, it's Edwards. And Dejon has a first down run, and he gets free.
You never get a clean shot at him. They duck up inside, runs through a tackle. Actually, a nice play by Mahoney to get around his ankles and get him on the ground. Dejon Edwards, 200-pound frame.
Bennett down the field to McConkey, and that's inside the 30. He's okay. He'd be a big loss. He's one of the team's leading receivers. Branson Robinson gets the carry. 9 catches in 21 career games. You think about the productivity he's had with Bennett. And with Mitchell out, that's the last thing you want to see. 2nd and 6. It's big Darnell Washington, who's suddenly
exaggerated. Nice protection once again for Georgia. Of course, it ends up being about, what, 3 Commodores?
McIntosh at the moment about that. That's one of the reasons why this stadium is so quiet, is because I'm sure they've had an eye on that. Philly's just eliminated the Atlanta Braves. 2nd and 7. Rosemy Jack Saint inside the 10 down to the 9. Bennett hands to McIntosh. He had never had a chance there. Wrapped up in the backfield, as they call him here in Athens. Boy, they've been good under Kirby Smart. 32-1 since 2017. A.J. Swan gets it off to Davis, and Davis gets a couple of yards.
With their rushing deep. It's been excellent.
Second and 8, they hand to Davis. And he gets a few yards up to the 29 where Ringo.
The day for Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
After a big shift, they're able to capture the edge. Beal can't quite get Davis down. Keely Ringo just off the end of the line.
thrown at the feet of Justin Ball. 4th down. Lexington at like midnight last night, and here she is all over the scene in Athens today. Not sure she's slept much. Doing a great job as always. Branson Robinson gets up. We love touring the Southeastern Conference, the three of us. Kevin Maloney and Russ Moore, our statistician and our spotter, is quite the band of family we have roaming all through these places. Bennett, oh, it's deflected. Good play there in the
plays downfield. Great job getting right up in this passing lane, gets his hands up. It's Arian Smith trying to get the ball to.
3rd and 5 for Stetson Bennett. He's been very good on this down. Darnell Washington has become
He said it's pretty identical, but we don't call him Baby Chubb. He did add that since the fan base seems to love the baby part, maybe they'll start calling him Baby Chubb instead.
Bennett, great pressure, Kane Pat.
Orji comes in. This is just a Mike Will cross stalk, so you're twisting your two inside backers. John Edwards and Cedric Van Prank Granger's on two different pages, and they got every category that you can look at. They've done it largely with their own guys. This is not a transfer portal team. They didn't seek improvement from other campuses.
2nd and 18. Bennett down the field, squeezed that in.
This is a great ball from Stetson Bennett. He just drops it right in there. Look at what, I know. He only used two hands towards the end.
Cam Newton was that way. Javon Curse, Jadavian Clowney. This guy might be more impressive than them. Bennett, again, that offensive line breaks down, and Stetson goes down with a. Dejon Edwards only gets a few. Stench for the rest of your life. You're immediately going to look at the line of scrimmage when a play starts.
Efficiencies, and they redoubled their efforts last week versus Auburn.
Bennett 3rd and 9, and he throws behind Rosemy Jackson.
Then, of course, a little bit of edge pressure to force Bennett up. Can he keep a clean pocket? Vanderbilt doing a good job affecting the passer.
Perfect on 4th down this year, and they still are.
Having to battle back on a 4th and 10. Pretty clean pocket here. Good job up front, protecting back as well, and Kyrus Jackson.
Fort Valley, Georgia. Branson Robinson way behind Bennett. Runs right at that Vanderbilt defense for a few. I think Georgia
know that one has separated themselves. There's not a feature back in this offense.
Robinson was terrific last week. Bennett almost had it picked up.
In the red zone, Vanderbilt defensively has dialed up the pressure. You see they're stacked in there now. Elijah McAllister there in the middle of the defensive front, along with Anthony Orji.
This is where Stetson has shined today, but he's running for his life, and he's not going to get. And that picks up a couple. Kirby really likes the way that Clark Lee in his staff. 2nd and 7 for Swan. And he just throws it into the bench.
For Bennett was when Notre Dame visited Georgia and played in that night game a couple years ago.
Georgia's defensive communication has been terrific all day. See if it is again on this 3rd and 7. Swan gets it out, and it almost was.
Punt this football away. See the pressure kind of closing in.
Defense, as he always does, despite being up 34-0, still fired up.
Spins it over there to Denylon Morris. Person back in at quarterback. Turns and hands to Branson Robinson. Robinson stays on his feet. It's a 1st down for Georgia into Vanderbilt territory. That's what you want to see from a true freshman.
Not just from the push. Not cleanly blocked. See Tate Ratledge didn't get up on Anthony Orji, and instead Robinson doing a lot of effort either one of those guard spots.
Back all day to throw. Perfect ball down to Keith. Beck underneath this time. Caught.
Contributors developing depth here in the fourth quarter.
Robinson, or Edwards rather, leaves the backfield all day. Perfect ball.
Minute running out there for the hold because Carson Beck was in there for the series. It's too much time. What a beautiful ball. Puts it right on his shoulder. Kentucky without Will Levis dropping a game to South Carolina. How good are the Rebels? They've looked, from a win-loss standpoint, really strong. And as you pointed out, versus this defense, that's concerning.
Tyke Smith and Dalen Everett coming over there to converge.
True freshman contributor.
Swan on 3rd and 6 just dumps it off to Smith, and Smith gets drilled but short of the first down at the 30-yard line. Bullard and Walk. It's kind of like week 17 in the NFL where you're paying attention to a couple games at once. We'll start doing the same thing here. Beck gets out of there somehow, and he shows off the wheels. The play alive. Drew a pass interference on the defense, and Alabama's got a fresh set of downs. We'll keep it going with that. Beck gets it over to the sideline where it's complete. And it's Jackson. Beck. Another good ball inside the 25 to Meeks. First down.
Play action. See it, Branson Robinson coming up in there. Kane Patterson kind of bluffing the blitz and then dropping in the coverage. Ends up making the tackle on Meeks. Just getting back-to-back.
Alabama's taken the lead on Tennessee with just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter in Knoxville. Beck. Boy, he's looked good, man. Getting out of the pocket, finding open receivers.
Was with the team, but did not play last season.
It's his first career catch.
1st and 10 at the 11.
At Georgia.
At Georgia, yeah.
Pretty remarkable.
Beck, oh, he was 7 of 7 until. Beck moves that pocket. Throws on the run. He wants to see it too.
Yeah, where's that foot? Is it on the line?
3rd and 10 for Beck. Blitz is picked up. Incomplete. Robinson, no sir, is going to lose yardage.
Kind of tried to jump.
Cash Jones is in the game at tailback. Beck across the middle, incomplete. Over. Alabama gets it back up 1 near the end of the third quarter. Dogs looking for another touchdown here on the 3rd and goal. Beck, touchdown. Eric Gilbert with a.
Teammates are excited. Nice protection. Actually, Ethan Barr leaking there late. DeRicky Wright couldn't get it out of the hands of Eric Gilbert. Seemed like a lot of the sideline empty to go celebrate with him.
Until in Athens, watching the Dogs play like the #1 team in America, pitching this shutout. Alyssa, the defense.
As the no-name defense, and this year he said guys took it to a different level by focusing on being better, playing as one. They know that people say that they can't do this year in and year out, but he needs to be done, and they have no problem, young or old, doing that on this defense.
I love hearing that, and that's the kind of leadership that you have to have if you're going to win another national championship. Mike Wright in at quarterback, hands it off to Ray Davis. That's the first
15 straight to Bama.
Keep us posted, my friend. Man, I bet Neyland is up for grabs right now. Mike Wright at quarterback tosses it back, and it's Jaden McGowan.
On performance this afternoon versus a Vanderbilt team that gave Ole Miss all they wanted for half a game.
In fact, Alyssa, I would go Georgia 1, or not enough of them.
Who can put 50 up first, basically?
And one of those, right? You're talking about one team that spent time at number one that was without their starting quarterback for an entire game.
Right, short.
And as it has continued, everyone down here is talking about November 5th when Tennessee comes to Athens.
See if Vandy can move the chains on a fourth down. Watch out, Mike. Nyland Green.
Trigger right off the edge. That could have been a headache. Was high school ball, Prince Avenue for his old man.
And Clark again. Gets up near the 30 to Vanderbilt.
That's pretty dominant. That's a massive understatement. Almost gave up that field goal, right? The first half.
Cash Jones, house call for the freshman from Brock, Texas. 36 yards.
He had that drop earlier, got back in there. Nice blocking up front. They make one guy miss.
For Georgia, now wearing number 44.
He finds his way into the end zone. Look at this blocking up front. Well, that's clean. Cash Jones. Nice clean transaction for 6.